Hey everybody, it's Amazon Queen. I am coming to you 8 months. I think I'm officially 8 months now. Let me let the dogs out real quick. Sorry about that. Every time I start, they ask and demand you let out. You'd think I'd learned after all these weeks just to put them outside before I started recording. My hair is a mess and I apologize. I'm wearing no makeup, so I'm sorry it's taken me a while to get an update on. Unfortunately, we've had a series of unfortunate events here at the house. For those of you that follow me on Facebook, know that my husband lost his job. And he's appealing the decision. He actually goes in and sits before the board next week to have the decision appealed. So hopefully that'll happen. In the meantime, though, we are moving back to Washington State. So as you can kind of see from behind me, the house is a disaster right now as we're trying to get things packed up and organized to get our house put on the market. And we'll be moving back up to Washington in March. And yeah, things have just been a mess. And I am completely and utterly stressed out. My husband's stressed out, understandably so, because we have no income because I'm not working. I was going to school and now I'm not. So, yeah. So being stressed out, I am still at 220 pounds. I've gone up maybe a couple of ounces, gone down a couple of ounces, but for the most part, I'm hanging out for the past few weeks. I think now three or 4 weeks now, I've been sitting at 220 pounds, and it's probably due to stress. The last week I've been eating like crap, eating crap I shouldn't be eating, a lot of carbs, just because of the chaos that's going on right now. And I know that's no excuse. I haven't been able to really work out per se unless you count packing and moving stuff and, you know, dealing with the kids and moving stuff and, you know, it has just been a mess. It has really, 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 really been a mess. But I'm hoping once we get back up into Washington and we get settled that I'll be able to get back on track a little bit more. I started out this week on Monday. This last weekend, actually, I was in Austin. My husband got me a ticket to go see Wicked, the traveling Broadway show in Austin. And that luckily that was already paid for. That whole trip had been paid for before my husband lost his job. So at least I got to go and have a nice little weekend kind of to myself. My hair is really frizzy. So that was kind of a nice thing. Again, I ate like crap. I did eat some fast food and stuff, and I'm not very happy with myself about that. I am kind of disappointed in myself. So yeah. Along with my husband losing his job, we also lost all of our benefits, all of our medical and stuff. So hopefully we can get those kicked back in before I have my 9-month appointment for my follow-up next month. So yeah, it's just been, it's really been hell. It really, really has. I wouldn't wish this upon anybody, this nightmare. And you know, my husband and I were looking forward to getting back to the West Coast. However, we were looking to move back to California, which was where we wanted to go. And now we're having to go back to Washington because we need to have the support of our family to help us out. When we get back to Washington, I pretty much have a job lined up, working part-time as a nursing assistant at a hospital. As a matter of fact, it's the hospital that my oldest son was born at. So, and I'll be working part-time, going to school full-time to finish up my RN. And even if my husband does get his job back, I think he's going to work part-time back with his company and then go to school and get his master's and just pretty much leave the company. He's almost got 10 years in with that company, so he'll get retirement eventually. But I think he's just kind of had enough of being treated like crap by that company, and I think this was kind of like the final straw for my husband. So that's where we are. I haven't taken my measurements. Matter of fact, I'll take those tonight and I might just add them in my down bar. But yeah, it's just, you can tell I'm not my happy, cheery self, and it really, really sucks. This was stress we didn't need to have happen right now, with our marital problems, some other of my health concerns that we've been dealing with. You know, wow, we really didn't need this. But I look at it this way as, you know, nothing happens without a good reason for it. So I'm really, really hoping that, you know, karma is making this happen so we go back to Washington so my husband and I can finally get jobs that we really, really love. I can finally finish school. He can go and start working at a job that he really likes rather than being in one that he doesn't like, and, you know, just because it's got good benefits and good pay. So yeah. On another happy note, my hair, you know, I've got one loose hair that came out just by me doing that. That my hair has finally stopped coming out in clumps, which is kind of nice. So for those of you that are newly post-op and are going, oh my God, my hair's falling out, it does slow down. You lose about 100 hairs every day anyway, so, but it will slow down eventually. But yeah. Excuse me. I made myself a little eggy pizza. That's what we call it. And there's what's left of it. It's on a high fiber, low carb tortilla. And the carbohydrates that are in the tortilla, I'd say, I think there's 19 grams of carbs. I think like 15 of them are fiber. But it's rotisserie chicken from Costco, tomatoes, pesto, mozzarella cheese, and artichokes that were stored in water. And it's really, really good. So if you haven't checked out Eggy's recipe for her pizzas, check it out. It's really, really good. You know, I love pizza. I'm Italian. This way I can still have my pizza, but, you know, I don't have to worry about, oh my God, all those carbs that I'm eating. So yeah, it has just been, it's been interesting. That's for sure. But that what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? So this is just one hurdle that we're going to have to overcome. And so if anybody's looking for a house in Texas, we'll be asking about $185 for our house. So yeah. I'm not happy, but there we have it. I am signed up to do my first 5K next month on the 11th. That's already been paid for as well. And I will be doing that. My husband and I will be going out and doing that with our team here. Yeah, that's all I have for right now. I'll come back on later tonight with my measurements and let you guys know how those went. So sorry that I don't have a whole lot of good news, but, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So take care. Make sure you're drinking your fluids, everybody. Bye.